opportunities and the shots that a couple of your teammates are getting on the line of Donato and Tanev feels good. But what's your level of satisfaction with the productivity of you and your line?
I think, going back to preseason, we've pretty much, had looks or, produced most games. So I think anytime you're with new line mates, you're just trying to create chemistry. For the most part, I've been with, Schwartzy pretty much the whole time, and then Canner and Wenberg a little bit. So, we're so early into the year that you're trying to find chemistry. Everything is new, but I definitely see something there. So, obviously you get one on the power play a couple games ago. You get one 2 games ago. But it's always the start of the year. You find one goal, and they seem to all come in. So as long as you're still creating chances, we're creating quite a bit. So we want to continue to do that.
Do you like the quality of shots and chances you're getting?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, last game not so much. I think we had less, but the games before that we definitely had some good looks. So, I think you're gonna get those tight games. You're gonna get those wide open games. Sometimes you get 3 chances and you bury one. Sometimes you get 8 and you don't bury any. So it's just a matter of as long as you're still getting them.
How do you all view the third period? Because it's one of those things where, yes, I mean, you've seen how you played, and there's been some struggles at times and some triumphs, but at the same time, it's just 3 games, and you're only 3 games old as a franchise. So how do you balance all that?
Well, yeah, I mean, you look at our last 2 periods. I like to say we're playing our heels a bit. We're trying. You definitely see it against the Nashville game there. You saw a team that really did not want to lose the game and not be the guy to lose it for them. So, but that's how you grow as a team. But the positive is that we're in those situations, right? You want to be in those games where you're in every match, and you go back to the Vegas game. We're in that one. You go back to the Nashville game, we're in that one, and then obviously blowing a lead against Columbus. But the fact that we're in the game is a positive, but you learn how to play in those situations. We're a young team, but the only way to get experience in those situations is to be in it.
So when you're in those situations, I mean, what's sort of the conversation on the bench from players like yourself, Gio, whomever, about making sure that there's not a repeat of something that you're able to go forward? Because like with Columbus, like, yes, you lose the lead, but you're more aggressive offensively, versus Nashville, like you said, it was kind of more just parking the bus.
Well, I mean, once we lost the lead against Columbus, I think you saw a different team coming back at them. So it's just a matter of staying on them the whole time and trying to, keep doing what got you to that point.
Jordan, you guys are in the midst of a pretty long road trip across multiple time zones, and it's pretty early on, and you play that high-energy game. What are some of the signs you got to watch out for to make sure that you don't fall into some kind of a fatigue pattern, even mental, as opposed to physical?
Yeah, I mean, we're so early in the year. I think mentally, there's a lot left in the tank. It doesn't come till maybe game 40, 43, something like that. So I think guys are still excited, and there's still a lot of energy around the team.
From talking to Dave Haxtell, do you sense this game has extra meaning coming back to Philly?
No, I mean, I'm sure it does, for sure. He's got a history here, and I know he wants to win here. So, we're going to try and do everything we can to try and get him a win.
You mentioned building chemistry earlier. How important is it, that process, how much easier does that make that process when you have 6 games on the road? You guys are kind of forced to be together. There's no home wife kids to go home to. So has that sort of helped the bonding process of you guys getting to know each other a little bit better?
Yeah, for sure. We've done, whether it's hanging out at dinner or hanging out in the hotel, whatever it is, on the plane, that stuff. That's how you create a bond as a team. So. And not to mention, I mean, most guys were in Seattle about 3 weeks before camp. So we were creating bonds early, and I think guys obviously had to get there early to get settled in and find places and whatnot, but I think that helped a lot too.